Hey guys, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. We have a special guest. I'm so excited. Her name is Chanel, and she is from Anunna Healing. She is amazing. You're going to love her. Um, Hoping that I got a few mods in here. Are you two the only ones in here just yet? Let's see. In here just yet? So that you have, let's see. Okay, all right. So we have some mods over here. We got Stephanie London and we've got Aviator.
Hi guys.
Oh, and Conspiracy Against Transparency and Just Another Tater Tot. These guys can help you with anything with links that you may want. If you have any questions, you need to get our attention and we're not noticing you in the feed, please let one of them know and they will get our attention. We will have time for a few questions. So I guess we're going to go ahead and get started. So, is that the name of that? Is that from like the Anunnaki? I just watched something last night, and it was really interesting. And I heard that name, and I'm like, oh, that's got to be where she got that from.
Absolutely. So Anunna is the plural word for the Anunnaki gods from the ancient Sumerian culture. I'm a massive fan on history, especially prehistory, so it just seemed to fit, and I think it hopefully works really well.
I love it. I think it's great. And it's such a pretty name too. Such a pretty name. So you are a hypnotherapist, correct?
I am.
And where is your clinic or your business at?
So it's all online now. Since COVID hit, I've just done everything online. Before that, I was going to people's houses, traveling around and doing it in the privacy of their own homes. So now everything's moved on to Skype and Discord. So I can help anyone all over the world.
That is too cool. Now, for the people that you help at home, how is it going with them? Is it still working good for them over the internet, or is it like in person better for
them? I've had no issues over the internet. People are still having quite powerful and profound experiences. So as far as I'm aware, nothing has actually changed. Only a couple of issues with like internet connections disrupting, but you just sort of work around those issues anyway.
Yes, I know the feeling. We have horrible internet here. Horrible. So what is your channel mainly about?
So I started my channel a couple of years ago just to sort of like introduce myself and how hypnotherapy has helped me, but it wasn't really going well. I didn't have, for the longest time I had like 28 subscribers. And then I started doing erotic hypnosis, so audio tracks that are erotic but also have an underlying therapy part to it. And that's just
one was so amazing. Oh my goodness, I love that. I watched it yesterday and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. So perfect. You did a lovely job on it.
Oh, thank you. Well, you need it in these kind of times, don't you? So I'm happy to create these things.
So what made you decide to go with the erotic videos?
I think, well, I like to do a lot of reading about hypnosis in the mind and all that kind of stuff anyway. So I can't remember exactly how it happened, but I'm pretty sure I must have read the phrase erotic hypnosis somewhere. And so I must have then done a bit of research, gone onto YouTube to see what it's all about. And there's such a vast amount of different material under the umbrella of erotic hypnosis. And no one seemed to be doing what I would have called my style. So I decided to give it a go. My first one was erotic hypnosis, that's what it was called. And I wrote it in a way where anybody could enjoy it and see how that went. that was quite successful. And then I wrote Your Divine Nymph, which was even more erotic, and
That was amazing. I had to listen to it twice.
Yeah, and it just took off from there, and I'm still quite amazed at how fast things have grown and how well received they've been as well.
Yeah, you have some excellent viewers. The commenters, I haven't seen anything nasty written or intrusive or rude or disrespectful at all. Everybody's been so great to that kind of new genre, I guess. I mean, there are a few channels, out there that are kind of like, but like you said, they're not exactly comfortable.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
And you don't want to get caught listening to them, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's some quite interesting erotic hypnosis audio tracks that seem to be quite the femdom stuff, so quite the aggressive slave, you lick the mud off my boots kind of style, and they didn't even seem to have an induction or a long enough induction. So when I was researching these kind of things and seeing these really short tracks, I couldn't understand how effective they could be being so short. So I wanted to show people this is what a full length audio track is, and this is how powerful of an experience you can have through it. And it's really sex positive, equal, men and women can enjoy each other and enjoy whoever they want, and it's not a dominating, it's more of a mutual understanding, shall we say.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely coming from a survivor of sexual abuse,
right,
that listening to those was confidence building, and was like I said, it was not uncomfortable. I didn't feel awkward at any point in time, which is kind of common with a history like mine. And I don't know, I get a lot out of it personally, and I felt better, and I felt more in touch with my femininity, in the days following, and was more comfortable actually talking with my partner about things.
Oh, I'm so happy it's had that effect on you, Noli, and that's one of the positive things about the free content on YouTube, is that the things I want to create that safe environment where you can explore sexuality and the pleasures that you can have from sex in a secure and comfortable and safe environment where you are in control and you can go at your pace and enjoy things how you want to enjoy it.
I love that. I try to engage my whoever's viewing when they're in the live chat just a little bit. So if I'm looking down a little bit, I'm just trying to respond to somebody.
Not a problem.
Okay. So somebody made a great point up here and said that they're not a fan of the trashy femdom stuff. Nobody likes to be degraded, or I guess lots of people like to be degraded, but it can be unhealthy, and it can be quite risky and dangerous for anybody to get into, and it affects the psyche on a deep level, in my opinion. Where you can carry it with you throughout your workday and your normal life with the boys or with the girls, and it can change who you are by being either abusive or being abused, and even in a play manner in the bedroom. So I like to Dying to Live. I'm a big fan of Dying to Live, sorry.
No problem.
So it's kind of, I don't know, important for me anyway to always feel comfortable from the beginning to end when it comes to any sexual encounter, or even just talking about sex with my viewers. We had a sex talk about a month and a half ago, and it was just almost clinical level. At least for my end of it. I don't know about them. They could have been gross enough. But they were real questions, and I was giving them real honest answers, and it was really helpful. So do you have your video that you wanted to share? Or do you want me to pull it up?
Can you pull that for me, please?
I sure can. Yeah. It'll take me just a moment. If you click over here on the right, it'll say comments and then like banner and all that good stuff. There's a private chat and then there's a.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so if you click on the other one, you can see most of what is being said over there.
Oh
But
yeah.
not all of them make it through. If you want to engage while I pull this up, feel free. I'm sure that you have plenty of your people over there.
Let's see. So hi everybody, thanks for joining us and thanks for coming to listen to me. I really appreciate it. I hope it's informative and helps you understand my content a bit more, and that it's not like sleazy or trashy or anything like that. It is actually for therapeutic reasons, and the tools in there you can use for your own benefit and how you want to use them and see the effects you want. So I really encourage you to take control and use the tools while you've got them.
So hey, I am seeing. I didn't notice this one, but you have your Divine Nymph Part 2 up.
Yes.
Would you want to share that one with us? A little bit of that one? Do you have like a?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. From anywhere from after like within the first 10 minutes, the induction part's quite nice. So it's not too specific or explicit at that point, I don't think.
Oh, my channel is actually made just for adults. I have it blocked for children. Oh. So you know, we're safe. We can drop an F-bomb if we need to. And
I'll go for it then.
I need to unmute this. See, you want to pause. Shush. Okay, so this will just take me a moment, and we'll let it play. What do you say? Maybe that go 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that?
Yeah, a couple of minutes, that should be fine. Let people get a feel.
Anybody from my end of things, my viewers or my friends, you're my friends. It's just all there is to it. You're going to have to deal with that. I'm sorry. I feel bad for you. If you haven't heard any of these, this is going to be a treat for you, and I'm really, really excited to share it with you because this lady is amazing. She really is. So sit back and enjoy this beautiful voice of hers, and I hope you guys like this.
My audience, that's how I am evolving and hopefully getting better. So this audio track should be even more pleasurable for you. You should be able to achieve an even deeper level of hypnosis, especially because of how long it is. So you imagine spending an hour and a half plus in hypnosis, you're going to go very, very deep. So just bear that in mind. The whole point of this audio track is for fun, to let your imagination run wild. So just lay back, relax, and just take the opportunity to make any changes you wish to your sex life, your body, your cock. Or just literally have fun and enjoy a really, really intense orgasm at the end. I hope you can last that long with me. So it's not necessarily a hands-free orgasm audio track either. If you have the urge to use your hands or use some other stimulation to get you there, please feel free. Don't feel no pressure. Don't have any preconceptions other than you're just about to have a really, really fun time. And then let me know what you think. I'm looking forward to reading your comments. I'm now also on Patreon too, so please find me at Anunna Healing there. It's very good if you wish to have, let's say, visual stimulation to go with these audio tracks. And there's also a fantastic Discord chat as well, where myself and my fantastic supporters hang out, chat, get to know each other. We have some very, very deep conversations as well. So please head over there and join us. You are more than welcome. I look forward to interacting with you more, and allow this hypnotic voice to just take you now, feeling no discomforts, only pleasurable sensations with me, remember. You are so excited to hear my voice again. And here it is, taking hold of you, settling in comfortably now. Gentle breathing. You realize that your body relaxes automatically in all kinds of unusual ways as soon as it hears this voice. You may in fact realize now that as you think about that, your breathing shifts into a more comfortable rhythm, easily and naturally, because we both know sooner or later you'll go into a very deep hypnotic trance. Just like how we both know sooner or later you'll begin to feel the comfort of relaxation. My hypnotic voice captivates you, doesn't it? My powerful hypnotic voice puts you under my spell. You need this voice. You crave this voice. Already noticing how my voice is taking hold of you, isn't it? Tranquility is within reach. Hearing my voice will always bring you feelings of peace and tranquility. My voice will always make you feel stimulated and aroused. You know your time with me only brings pleasurable sensations, allowing all discomforts to leave you. Looking at the screen, looking at the images now, staring at the screen, listening to my voice, so eager to follow my instructions, so eager to allow my suggestions to take over you and have such a powerful effect on you. You know your time with me is only pleasurable. Only pleasurable sensations are allowed now. Each time you listen to me, my voice takes you over quicker and more powerfully. Voice taking you deeper now, knowing that if an emergency occurs during your time with me, you will always be able to wake instantly and deal with the situation in a calm and effective manner. So relax that little bit more, knowing all is well. No distractions. So eager to be reunited with your nymph again. She's waiting for you. Keep looking at the screen, This is a fractal, a very intense and beautiful fractal. This will open up your mind to more intense experiences than you have had before. Opening up your mind to me and responding to me, which is why you're here, isn't it? To be guided on an erotic journey, hoping I say words like cock, orgasm, pussy. So keep staring at this fractal. Relax that little bit more now. That's it. Feeling tension releasing from you. When I tell you to close your eyes in a moment, every fiber of your being will relax into a very pleasant, hypnotic state where we can begin our journey together. So go ahead now and close your eyes. Everything relaxes just as I said it would. There you go. I want you to allow your mind to get a sense, an image, a feeling that you are walking down a long, familiar passageway. The passageway of your mind, where all sorts of wonderful and pleasurable things are kept. Walk down your passageway now. Notice there are lots of different doors for lots of different and exquisite pleasures to experience. The ones which have my Anunna Healing logo on are the ones in your mind linked to me. Notice how many there are at the moment. Feeling excited at how many there will be in the future too. I'm going to guide you through a particular door now. The door to your nymph, the provider to your ultimate pleasurable experiences. She has her own door, doesn't she? With my logo in pride of place. So you will always know who brought the two of you together. Don't step through this door yet. I will tell you when the time is right. Whenever you step through this door into her world, you are there for her pleasure as much as she is there for yours. In a moment, I will tell you to go through the door. When you go through this door, you will go 10 times deeper than you are now into a blissful relaxation. 10 times deeper into a hypnotic experience here with me. I'm going to count down from 5 to 1. And when I say 1, you will step through that door and into the world of your nymph, going 10 times deeper than you are now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step through the door now. Everything goes black. Feel a gentle sense of falling now, like Alice in Wonderland, falling deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole into the world of your nymph.
Wow.
I hope you guys liked it.
I'm sure they did. Look, oh, we're getting home. So, I have some other questions for you. Let me get my notes over here. I'm not the best interviewer, you'll have to forgive me. My boss is the one who's good at this.
You've got more experience than me, Noli, so I'm in your very capable hands.
Oh, thank you. So, there's been like a lot of controversy, and a lot of people like to say, "Oh, well, it's just a trick," or it's people playing along, or whatever when it comes to hypnotherapy. Do you have anything that you want to say to people who doubt it?
Of course. So basically, you do see a lot of false information through films which are made up, and you do get a false sense when you're watching stage hypnosis. And stage hypnosis is very valid, and that can have therapeutic effects too. What people need to understand with hypnosis is that all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. So you only go into the trance-like state if you allow yourself to. So when you're seeing people on stage that are singing like Elvis Presley, thinking they're a chicken, they are choosing to allow themselves to experience that reality. So you are always in control. You choose what you want to experience, and you choose subconsciously what suggestions you want to accept or reject. And there is good and bad in hypnotherapy and hypnosis, but there is in absolutely everything. So you do get your sleazy hypnotists, but they are very rare and far and few between. It's just that they tend to get a lot more press than the people that are just out to help other people, such as myself.
So there's been a lot of buzz. If you've got your YouTube side picked up, if you want to mute that side so that there's no feedback, and then that way you can keep up with the chat and actually talk about it.
Yeah.
So I've done some reading, and I've watched a handful of videos, and there's a lot of talk about healing, self-healing, using hypnotherapy. Is that also something that you offer your clients?
Yeah, so I do offer the standard range, everything basically. Hypnotherapy, because you're connecting and you're communicating directly with the subconscious, and the subconscious mind is the place that operates your body. All your physical and mental thoughts, feelings, behaviours, it's all run through your subconscious. So when you're connecting to the subconscious and you want to do healing, it's very powerful because you're getting instant results as well, very quick and powerful results. So you can, in theory, do anything if hypnosis is right for you.
Now you have a personal story as far as healing yourself through this process. Would you share a little bit of that with us?
Yeah, so childhood was traumatic, as a lot of people's were. So as I grew up, I had some quite like PTSD behaviours, and I was very angry and aggressive and very narrow-minded. I was always right, everyone else was wrong. It was like I was living in a fight or flight state constantly, but I didn't know, because if you don't know, you don't know. And then as I came across hypnotherapy and I did a 10-month diploma in it, we got to practice on each other and use those skills on yourself. So I took that opportunity with both hands, and I really went to town on healing myself. So I did inner child workshops. I did a full weekend of that when I was learning with my school, my hypnotherapy school, and it is so profound, the healing that I have had over the last 3 years, physically and emotionally. So emotionally, I am very happy, and I see what happened to me in the past differently now. I accept it, and without what happened, I wouldn't be here today. And also physically, I used to have a lot of health issues. So my past traumas created fibromyalgia in my body. My fibromyalgia symptoms would be severe muscle cramps anywhere in my body. They could happen in my tongue, my neck, my chest, arms, legs, ribs, feet, calves, everywhere I could get them. I'd feel like a 90-year-old woman most mornings, and my muscles and my joints would be so stiff and painful. I'd be tired. I had the brain fog. I used to suffer with migraines all the time. You name it, I had it, or one of those people. So when I was being educated on how the mind works and the mind-body connection, and I was healing these traumas, I was also working on my diet, and I am half the person I was when I started. And along with that, I have cured myself of fibromyalgia. So I was taking that awful medication. They tried me on gabapentin and pregabalin first, and it's just awful. The side effects was just as bad as actually having fibromyalgia. So when I cured myself, and I swear on anybody's life, I haven't taken a painkiller in over 3 years. I haven't even taken a cold and flu tablet, a paracetamol, an antibiotic. I've had nothing since I have changed my diet. I listened to my body and working with my subconscious to create what I am today. And I am very genuinely proud of what I have achieved in these last 3 years.
You really should be. I'm deeply impressed.
And with it, I hope that other people take the opportunity to use those tools as well.
Okay.
And that...
Sorry, I had a, that's our internet, my awesome internet, it just bleeped out on me.
Well, I was just saying, because I've had such a powerful effect with hypnosis and how it has changed my life, that's why I'm so passionate about giving people those exact same tools that I've used, because I was such a stubborn, angry, total different person. And by working with my own mind and body, using these tools I give you guys, you can have such a powerful change as well. So that's why I'm like, yes, come on guys, if you're suffering, you can actually be free from that suffering. You don't have to carry that with you all your life. Let it go.
Yes. That's something that I do struggle with. I try to be a little bit better every day. Being involved with the people that I'm involved with here online, on YouTube actually, and dealing with some people that have extremely different views.
Yeah.
It can be really frustrating because you don't feel heard, but they're frustrated too because they don't feel heard. And I've really learned to kind of try and see things from a different perspective. And by doing that, I found that others are doing the same. And I've made some really great connections with people that I don't think I ever would have spoken to before. And I think that has a lot to do with working on myself and trying to constantly tell myself during meditation that I am that better person that I want to be. I am that person,
Yeah.
and I'm going to be that person for the rest of my life, a little bit better every day, and it's helped. And I know that meditation and hypnotherapy are right next to each other, like parallel.
Yeah.
So,
Well, they're the same, basically, because meditation is actually self-hypnosis. They just call it two different things. So well done for taking control and empowering yourself.
well, if it weren't for videos like yours and a few books that I actually got for my partner, but decided to kind of peek through them, and I was like, wow, this is really good stuff. It's really opened my mind to a different avenue of thinking and just different processes of just living.
And that's what it's all about.
Yes, I starting to feel that. It's been like 3 years, 4 years, almost 4 years since I've been involved in this online community here on YouTube, and I'm just now kind of starting to post videos or do live feeds or whatever, mainly because there's not a lot of help that I can offer anybody that's been typical before COVID. Before COVID, I would help what we call auditors and health watchers and activists. When they get into a hairy situation, I would be there in the feed to contact their family members if they're getting arrested. Make sure that everybody in the feed has the proper phone numbers and dialogue to use when they call the police station or when they call the courthouse or when they call wherever. Excuse me, my throat, I'm losing my voice. But it can be really high stress, and then to go from that to almost nothing. This is also kind of helped me deal with living without that stress, that extra stress. We still have the stresses, but it's not nearly as bad. And I think the meditation has helped me tremendously. So you, let's see. History of hypnosis. Could you go into that a little bit? I don't know how far back exactly hypnosis goes or how long it's been used, or even where it originated from.
So hypnosis has actually been around for thousands of years. Right, even so ancient Greeks had dream temples where you would go and experience hypnosis as a way to communicate with the gods and work through your issues. So very much like a modern day hypnotherapist, the people that would work in the temple would prepare you, and they would watch over you while you went on your profound dream adventure. So we're talking thousands of years, and even right back to prehistory as well, people were using the meditation, the self-hypnosis kind of state to go into to contact the gods and work through their own issues. And then as it's like modern time, well, not modern times, but for me, because I love history. So when modern society seemed to come around and religion seemed to take hold a bit more, you were then just relying on God. So prayer was again a way of self-hypnosis, basically going into that trance-like state to communicate with your God, your deity. And again, that would work to a degree, but it's relying on a deity to help you out rather than the modern hypnosis of here's the tools, you do it yourself kind of thing. For me, and then you have people like, so Mesmer, Anton Mesmer, he was a sort of hypnotist. He was into mesmerism, but he used magnets. He said that we had a magnetic field, animal magnetism, and using magnets and trance-like things would put them into that altered state, and he would work with them. He he's sort of tainted because there is rumours he used that to take advantage of women and sleep with women and things like that. But from that, people evolved it and brought it into what it is today. And one of my biggest idols is a hypnotherapist called Milton Erickson. He was born early 20th century, so like 1900 something. I'm no good with dates, but he had polio as a child and they thought he was going to die. So one night when he was dying, he asked his mum to move a dresser with a mirror on so he could watch the sunrise for the last time. And as far as he was concerned, he did, but he survived the night. He woke up the next day and he's told this to his mother, and she was like, you cannot see the sunrise from that view. So what he realised he had done is he'd put himself into self-hypnosis to experience this sunrise very vividly, and that's sort of what got him through the polio. And he was paralysed, but he taught himself to walk again. And he's just an incredible man. He really understood the psyche of people. He just seemed to naturally put you into trance. He did like the handshake induction, and you wouldn't even know what was going on. He was that smooth and slick and gave fantastic advice to people and genuinely helped and understood. And he was wheelchair bound by the time he was dying, but that didn't stop him. He was still practicing, still helping people and showing an example of just because you are poorly or you're incapacitated doesn't mean to say you can't fulfill your life and do those things that you want to do.
That is amazing. And what was his name again?
Milton Erickson. I highly recommend people look into him just to see what a remarkable individual he was and what he achieved in his life.
Yeah, and especially having polio that far back, it's, I mean, that was a death sentence.
Yeah.
That was 100% death sentence. There was no vaccine at that point. My mother had polio when she was a child, and she was able to walk eventually, but they told her, you'll never walk again. And she was like, one bit.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the power of the mind. I don't think anyone should tell you what you can and can't do. Just see what you're capable of. What is your mind and body capable of, not what someone's going to tell you it is.
I agree wholeheartedly. So, let's see. I know somebody had a question over here. Why don't we hit up some questions and then, where are we at? I know which one I'm hitting. Joy, you had a question, or you said something you didn't know what something was. Where's it at? I should have left it up there. Oh, he had wondered how post-suggestion works.
Right, so yeah, post-hypnotic suggestions are awesome. So while they're in trance, you can say things like erotic suggestion would be, so anytime I say the word cock to you in the future, you will feel instantly aroused. So once that's in place, while they're in the waking state, days, weeks, months, years down the line, if I were to say the word cock to them, they would just automatically feel instantly aroused, because you're implanting it into the subconscious, and the subconscious is in control 96 to 98% of the time. So whatever it wants you to do or react, it's going to do or react.
Oh, Stephanie had a good question. Here we go. Did you have an interest in hypnotherapy before attending the program, or feel a natural talent for it beforehand?
I was interested in past life regression, obviously. I'd always wanted to try that, but I wasn't aware sort of the power of hypnotherapy or how in depth it were until I come across a really random like free weekend taster session for hypnosis. Come and try it. And then I attended that. I thought, why not? and I absolutely fell in love with it. It just clicked. All these light bulbs kept switching on in my mind, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then I just had to do it. And then 10 months down the line, I was a completely different person.
That is amazing. That is amazing. I wish we could, like, have a little window into the past just to see that person. I know what those kind of transformations can look like, and it really is like looking at a different person, I think.
It is, and it is hard, and it does hurt, and there are lots of tears, but that is the point of it, because if you don't go through that suffering, how are you supposed to enjoy and appreciate when you do feel different? Then that hard work that you go through healing and letting it out and repairing yourself, and that empowerment and that positivity and that drive you've then got in yourself, you're capable of anything. So it's worth it for the end result.
Lovely. I love it. So what, if anything, can we expect from you in the future, as far as your channel, or you got anything else going on?
Yeah, so I'm going to be doing, I had a comment on a video a while back that was asking for just more intimate moments, like cuddling and holding. And I've been doing a couple of experiments with my clients on that, and they've really taken to it. And I think that's another part that is missing for everybody, is just not even necessarily the sex element, just that really nice feeling it is to be held in someone's arms, or for you to hold someone in your arms, feeling the warmth, that comfort, that tranquility. So I'm going to be working on that. I'm also going to be doing a case study on the amazing benefits of listening to these kind of audio tracks. I'm working with a fantastic gentleman at the moment over in the States who has had such profound and amazing results. And I don't want to say too much because I want you all to watch the case study and just see what is possible just by listening to my audio track. So I haven't even done any private sessions with this person yet. So I'm really, really excited with that. And I will be doing more erotic side of things. People ask me all the time, like, when's the next one coming out? But I write everything from scratch, so it does take me a while, and if inspiration doesn't hit, inspiration doesn't hit. So you'll have to bear with me, guys, if you want some more erotic things. But if inspiration does hit, I will definitely get those out to you. So there's a bit of a mixed bag going on for the future as well.
Well, I love it. I think that, that's going to keep us on our toes, definitely, with your channel. So Stephanie says you should include some ASMR. You have the voice for it, she says.
Yeah, I did a little experiment with that. I think that is on my YouTube channel, to see what that kind of thing was like. So that is on the cards. I want to do a bit more research into it first, because I only like to do things when I have researched it. So it's respectful for the people that do really enjoy ASMR, so they can have a really fun time. So leave that with me, Stephanie.
That is awesome. Well, thank you so much for popping by, and I would love to have you come back again, and I'm sure that my viewers would love to have you back again. So
I'd love to join you. I really enjoyed it, Noli. Thank you for taking me through my first ever live interview. So I really appreciate it.
Well,
and thank you. Go on. And I was just... I was just going to say thank you to everyone for coming and listening to me ramble on, and thank you for your continued support. It's amazing, and I'm still in shock, so I am genuinely so grateful to you guys. Without you guys enjoying it, I wouldn't have anything to go on. So I am happy to keep creating content for you guys, as long as you're happy to keep receiving it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. So I will, guys, I will be right back, okay?